Hello there, my lovely Legionnaires. How are we doing?
My brother?
Your brother? Your brother?
My brother almost lover?
It is time. We're gonna... Ahsoka happened.
Ahsoka happened.
Gonna bingus. There we go. Bah. 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 There we go. You think an LGBT just happened to you? What? Hang on. Thanks for reminding me I need to watch Ahsoka. What's Ahsoka? Are they a type of water sprinkler? Shut up, James. The new Star Wars show.
I mean, it's a no meeting day for Justin, so hopefully he can pop on in.
There we go.
I did pass Jerome about it in PMs, so we'll see.
Tell me something stupid you heard in regards to Star Wars, Daedalus. I'm doing alright. Seen some Clone Wars episodes. Cool. Curious for if there's anyone in chat who was like me and had never seen Rebels before. But now that I've seen Rebels, I backed up from that episode and was like, man, I bet this was confusing for the people who haven't.
I mean, they don't... There's enough there that if you're not completely brain dead media literacy, you should be able to follow along.
Indeed.
Like, it's clear, like, because the focus is scaled down and you really only focus on 2 of the old Ghost crew plus Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, Daedalus, I've seen someone, they were respectful about it because I believe the thread was like, what's your biggest Star Wars hot take? And someone was like, I really don't like the control chips. I like how it was in Legends where, like, they were kind of pseudo-brainwashed / kind of wanted to kill their Jedi because they thought it was narratively more interesting. And they're free to have that bad opinion. But...
yeah,
they weren't disrespectful about it, but...
Yeah, I agree. I think that's stupid. The moral ambiguity.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the moral ambiguity.
But the thing is, like, the chips, like, it just completely, it constantly reinforces how the clones never, like, they were made from birth to not have any control over their own lives.
Yeah.
Welcome to the part welcome to starting with the part that Heaton hates the most, which is drawing guns, because how do I simplify this?
Yes, wondering, all the Jedi were supposed to be killed, and that included the children one. So yeah, that did happen on Order 66. Some of them didn't die, and they became Inquisitors.
And then some of them just didn't die.
And some of them didn't die, yeah. Like Ray Stevenson Jedi, apparently.
Listen, well, he's not a Jedi. He just uses the Force.
He was a Jedi when he didn't die in Order 66, so...
That's true, but he is no longer ethically a Jedi.
He is no longer rocking with us.
And we are not rocking with him.
No, Hateful, we won't go down that route too long. You're dead wrong. That's how the military works, my guy. No superior officer owes a freshly demoted, freshly subordinate officer their plan, especially since she had to suspect that there was a mole. So no, it's stupid to blame anyone but Poe in that situation.
A man suffered the consequences of his own actions. We want to root for him, but he done fucked up in that movie.
On a narrative level, do I wish that C plot didn't exist? Kind of.
You are
Should've just focused on
absolutely
the A
allowed
and B
to.
plot.
You're absolutely allowed to join VC if you know nothing about Star Wars. Justin will do all of the screaming for you.
He's drawing my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you, Heaton, or well, I'll tell chat. Like I can't even because I said last night I was like I'm not going online. I'm not looking at Twitter. If you see someone say something dumb about Ahsoka, just don't tell me. Because I don't want it. I would rather the bad takes not exist. Because shut up.
My brother in Christ, I simply don't care.
Ahsoka passes the Bechdel test for those that care.
No, I told Brooke it exclusively does. There's not a yes. It has a moment where two women talk about something that's not a man for more than 5 minutes or whatever. It's like the entire runtime passes the Bechdel test.
No, that's not true. They talk about Ezra.
There has not been a single conversation between two men. It's either been droids and women or a man and woman. Man and women.
And let's be fair, they talk about Ezra and like, oh, we thought he was dead. But we could find him and that lasts like 30 seconds. So
And then it focuses on whatever relationship that Ahsoka and Sabine had in between the end of the main story of Rebels and now.
Boy, this sure is Star Wars.
Yeah. It's not stated in the film, Hateful? Like how he was subordinate and got demoted? And how that's how the military works if you're, not brain dead? Anyway, like I said, that's as far as I'm going to go down that path.
Hello, Gigi. Are you here to lick my hot pocket again?
Yes.
The worst part of the Ahsoka first 2 episodes, there are no cool big creatures. You're right.
We do get the loft cat though, and that's good enough for me.
And it's like a puppet.
He is a little duder.
No, Hateful, they were followed out of hyperspace, and I don't remember if anyone says it, but like, you just have to think 1 degree to be like, either they could track us through hyperspace, which they said was impossible, but that is what happened. And that's one I'll give you. They did foreshadow that in Rogue One, though. Or B, there's a mole, so you just have to think 1 degree. So sorry that wasn't stated, but a good reason is a good reason.
My argument would be that would be the correct thing to extrapolate from that. Didn't need to hold your hand and tell you. Common sense would dictate that if it's like, well, this is a secret, and we go to the place, and there's people at the place, somebody probably told them that they were there.
Regardless of if they spelled out a mole concern or not, that does not underline that's secondary to the fact that a superior officer does not need to tell anyone, especially the secret what's the word I'm looking for? Hold on. Retreat plan that could, be compromised by anything. So you haven't watched the Secret Trilogy, Dayless? I mean,
I like it.
You don't have to. Nobody has to.
I liked it.
I have a feeling Ahsoka's going to give us a lot more context. It already is, so... But anyway, my original point was, like, I can't even scroll over to my news feed because I have 3 nickels now of articles being like, here are all the things that Ahsoka retconned in Star Wars. I'm like, that's not how anything works. Learn what that word means. And B, stop.
Ahsoka retcon some big booty bitches. I don't know. I've never watched a Star Wars movie. Fun fact.
I mean, they did retcon a big booty bitch. I didn't know Sabine's ass was that fat, but alright.
Listen, I didn't say it while we were watching, but yeah. People, because that shot of her Akira sliding, they showed it Celebration, and, like, there were a lot of memes of, like, hey,
Thank you for the hydrate. I did in fact do that. Also, gonna stand by it, Hate.
Yeah.
The man said he didn't want to have the argument. Here's your first warning. Stop.
Oh, don't worry. We're not talking about it anymore.
James, I love you dearly. I don't believe you.
Listen,
What did James say? I can't
the-
have chat pulled up right now.
the best one to watch first is the Christmas special.
Oh,
I
no.
mean,
If you want to be
there's an
turned off
argument
from
to
Star
be
Wars,
made if you want everything to be uphill from here.
It depends on what kind of Star Wars experience you want, I guess.
Yeah.
no one wanted to be there. The only thing interesting about it is that we know Wookiee porn exists, and
Oh,
it's the first
God.
appearance of Boba Fett.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a lie. The Boba Fett first appeared in the Christmas special, and there's like a character that's cool, and I forgot his name.
It's me. I'm the cool character.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I mean, if you think Star Wars might be up your alley, we can just drag you down with us.
No.
Hey,
I appreciate the thought, but I'm not. I've tried. I can't get into it at all.
hey, second warning. You are not being told to take it. We are not having a conversation about it. We are done. The conversation is done. If you bring it up again, you're gonna get timed out. We're not doing this. We're here to have fun. You start having an argument, you're not allowed in my chat. We're gonna behave.
Because we have dropped that topic of conversation and have moved on.
Asking if you're allowed to pick fights with chat instead of picking fights with the streamer is inappropriate. Don't fucking do that. That's not cool.
Oh, and a
Have
very
mercy in my
separate.
heart for Imperials that aren't Jack Black. What mercy do you think you will find in my heart?
It's true.
On a
I'm-
very different note, Heaton, I kept talking with Sunny yesterday after you left. Sunny is so delightful.
I love them. Sunny's great.
I love them so much.
That's why I invited them here.
Tarkin is dust in space.
Hi,
Grand
Satoshi,
Admiral
welcome.
Tarkin, my least favorite gay man.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
My least favorite
Grand Moff
gamer.
Tarkin.
Actually, I think he was an admiral at some point.
He was a governor? At some
Oh, no,
point.
we could talk about that for 2 seconds, Noel Prexel. No. Creo was a garbage centrist who wound up falling to the dark side in the end anyway.
Only good to get you to reinforce your own values, and that's about it from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Which sometimes is needed. Get you to get you to think about your own values, but
Where the fuck is my cyan concrete?
I have yet to read the Tarkin book, Joshi, but it's on my list because it's good. It's by what's his name? He wrote the Plagueis novel too, and he writes good Star Wars.
I read Master and Apprentice, and I'm interested in reading the book that contains The Rock.
Then you just got to read High Republic. It's cool. Everyone read High Republic. It's very good stuff. It's separate from the movie universe by time and by characters. The Rock. Geode, it's dehumanizing to just simply refer to him as a rock.
He's a rock.
Geode is a navigator
He
on
is
the
a
starship, the vessel.
Wait. He is more than just a rock.
He saved.
He's a
Reed
boulder.
Silas's life.
He's not just a
Just
boulder.
a rock.
He's a rock.
He's a rock.
A big stupid rock. He's a fucking rock. I agree that
Rock
space is nothing more than a
affectionate.
bad illusion from a dying school projector. It's true.
Yeah.
We do have. I was gonna say that was my one complaint with Andor was that there were like no aliens in it, which was
We
weird.
had those two funky fresh fisherman aliens that
And-
and
the weird shark
Cassian
man
got to
at the beginning.
That Cassian got to convince to fuck the bourgeoisie.
In fairness, they didn't need a lot of convincing.
Yeah. They're like, fuck. You know what? Fuck the Empire.
I think there's something in Star Wars for everyone, considering it it spans so much. It spans genre. So many different ones.
As yeah, let's say Tom Clancy, Clancy Brown. There we go.
Feels
Clancy
so
Brown was
nice.
there.
By the way, it feels so good to watch Chopper exist in live action.
It's so good, and nothing changed. Did you touch my stuff? No, I did not touch your stuff.
There's just something that's very, like, I don't know why they wouldn't, especially given that it's fucking, he's one of Dave Filoni's OCs, but, like, the fact that he just emotes the same way that he does in the cartoon, just physically, is so good.
No, Heaton. He's not just Dave Filoni's OC, because that's Ahsoka, that's Rex. He's Dave Filoni's self-insert.
The fact that he, like,
Quite literally.
the fact that he, like, ambulates with his fucking arms is the best.
If we don't see one big, interesting Star Wars creature that we know nothing about, then this is not truly a Dave Filoni project.
They put the reindeer in Star Wars? No, not Tony Chopper. This Chopper is not a doctor. This Chopper is
No.
This Chopper kills.
a war criminal.
This
Chopper
chopper takes the
kills.
Geneva Conventions and turns it into the Geneva checklist.
The Geneva suggestion, if you will.
Character with the canonically highest body count of any in Star Wars history.
How many men have you killed? Not men.
Imperials.
And over 100,000.
I don't know, you ever think about how many slices of bread you eat organic? I hope we see, listen, I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm with Brooke, I'd love to see Hondo, but I don't know if we will. But
It's unlikely, but I can hope for a cameo.
my top 3 is I want to see AP. I want to see our boy. Chopper's booty call.
Alan Rickman droid, who's not voiced by Alan Rickman.
Well, he died. I'm sure they would have gotten him.
They probably would have.
Yeah.
And listen, I just if it's a reuniting of like the cast, it'd be nice to see Callus and Zeb.
Oh no, hateful. I think JJ voiced Dio, right? The little droid Dio.
Yeah, he voiced you.
The little anxious, afraid to commit to anything as a microcosm of his sequel trilogy movies. Anyway. Anyway.
Firing
JJ
shots.
afraid to say yes, and Abrams.
I'll roast JJ Abrams all day, every day. Fuck him.
It do be like this. How's it going for those of you in chat who don't watch Star Wars?
I always
Well,
get J.J. Abrams confused with, oh, what the fuck is his name? Mila Jovovich's husband. Wasn't it like Paul W.S. Anderson? The guy who made the poor excuse for the Resident Evil movies? Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. Though,
I always
it's
get
not
them
just
confused
about-
a lot, really easily.
It's not about Star Wars. JJ's ruined a lot of things. Apparently, according to hearsay, the only thing he hasn't ruined is Star Trek, but that depends on who you ask. Everything else, eh.
I find this entertaining.
Well-
I'm glad. I'm glad someone does.
As long as it's entertaining, even if you have no idea what the fuck is going on, that's all that matters.
That's why I'm here.
Listen, Justin's out here with his steaming hot takes when I spend $1 bajillion to have literally no plan for a decade straight.
Hey, that's to be fair, that's what George did. He didn't know Luke and Leia were going to be brother and sister. Also, when you wrote the first one, you didn't know Darth Vader was going to be. But it was just him, and he kind of yes-anded himself like a dungeon master instead of whatever the fuck happened in Rise of Skywalker.
I was about to say, hey now. JJ spent $1 bajillion to not know what he was doing, to not have a plan for like less than a decade.
Yes, yeah.
George did it
To
for.
be like-
In fairness, George did it for longer.
Yeah.
Do you ever? We were talking about this a while back when we went to go see. Was it Empire we saw again?
We saw
Return.
Return.
Yeah.
We went to see Return. And I was sitting there after that movie was over, and I was like, I just looked at Brooke and Justin, and I was like, you know, something interesting about this experience in the benefit of hindsight, like, being the age that we are and growing up the way that we did with Star Wars the way that we did, it feels wild to me that, like, this motherfucker was just out here saying shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that was the first appearance of a Sarlacc pit, for example, right? And they were like, "Oh, the Sarlacc! Oh no!" And it's like,
You see, it's like it's a hole in the desert, and it digests. It has a creature inside it, and it digests you over thousands of years.
and it's just nuts to me to think that, like, to think about it
You on
in
your meds, George.
to think about like Star Wars lore in retrospect is, I think, really funny. Because, like, especially when you know, like, George didn't have, like, a greater plan. George just went in and did stuff.
I wanted to talk about how America sucks and the Vietnam War. So I made.
I mean,
little teddy
unless
bears.
America is the Empire.
Nothing is better than. It's like Star Wars is not political though, and it's like, yeah, it's Star Wars, and it was always a metaphor for the Vietnam War. And then the guy said with his whole chest, "No, that doesn't make any sense unless America is the Empire." It's like, welcome to it. Golf clap.
You're so close.
God, you're
so close.
you're almost there, bud. You're so close. Heaton, you're tracing this gun. Yeah, you bet your ass I am.
So Heaton DMing, but with $1 bajillion, and it would turn out better than Rise of Skywalker. I'd tell you that much if Heaton had $1 billion.
The joke's on you. If I had $1 bajillion, I wouldn't have no plan for a decade straight. I'd have a plan from beginning to end. Whether that plan remained consistent would be up to time and the $1 bajillion, but...
Yeah.
But if you gave me Star Wars money and said do a thing, you have a bottomless fucking bank account. You have a bottomless bank account and all of JJ's resources. You bet your ass I'd have a plan.
I would like to throw out a controversial take that as someone who has not seen Star Wars, I could create a better Star Wars movie.
Probably.
Then JJ Abrams probably.
Yeah, the J.J. Abrams, yeah. Well, Joshy, if I remember my facts correctly, George Lucas's wife made the movie not suck. Apparently, the editing was poor, the pacing was bad, and she and a few others were like, "George, you gotta," and he wasn't, the end-all be-all at that point, so he let people help him, and so New Hope turned out good.
Did
And
you
it became a
know?
cult classic.
Did you know that historically speaking, movies, things like film and television are a collaborative effort?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Into
why the prequels are the way that they are. And that's the way I'll put it.
and to assign the idea of an auteur to something that outside of like something like comics or literature, or I guess literature in general, because like comics are literature. Outside of literature, to assign the idea of the auteur is absolutely fucking deranged.
Sims Mage has a good question. Heaton, if you could make something Star Wars, what would it be?
I'm so glad you asked!
Before they get me started for free, she does make something Star Wars. It's called Star Wars:
The First Resistance,
a
which...
D&D Star Wars 5e podcast that you can listen to wherever
Pods are
podcasts.
cast. Yes. But also, so I've talked about this with Brooke and Justin, but I don't think I've ever talked about this on stream before. I think, truly, from the pits of my heart, that Star Wars is rife with opportunities for good, high-quality horror.
Mm-hmm.
There's some fucking horrific shit that both happens in and lives in the world of Star Wars. And I would love nothing more than to tell, like, a Lovecraftian, eldritch nightmare story about some of the absolute monstrosities, that, are created by the dark side of the Force. 'Cause some fucking... So, I read...
Edge of Balance, I believe it was.
It's not Edge of Balance. It's,
The one after it, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Precedent, I think, is what it's called.
Yeah, it's called Precedent. And it's a High Republic story about this fucking horrible eldritch monster, that lives in the fucking swamps. And it's like... Oh, God, what the fuck? What the fuck was it called? Justin knows. What is it called?
Well, it goes by many names. The Shri Karai Karai is what the locals called it.
Yeah, the Shri Karai Karai. It's just this...
The modern name is the Leveler.
It's just this horrible fucking eldritch abomination that, like, just vibes in the swamps, attaches to people, gives them horrible nightmares, and then makes them fucking disappear. Like, they don't... Like, it doesn't eat them. It doesn't, like, kill them. They just disappear. They just fucking vanish. The presumption is into the Force, right? But, like, where? For what? Like, it's terrifying. I'd love to write, like, a fucking, oh, God. I'd love to make, if I had the opportunity, Gently Takes. Gun outlining looks amazing. Thank you. I would like to just... Oh, God. This is one of those things of, like, I will never be given money because the sentence I'm about to say is niche to people who are me and no one else. Because I'd love... Thank you for the follow! Soda Brush. I appreciate it immensely. I would fucking love to make a fucking found footage alien style horror movie set in Star Wars. I think that'd fuck.
I mean, you're right, but...
See, I thought your answer was going to be a nature documentary.
I would also... Inside of me, there are two wolves. One that has this, like... this fucking high-concept horror film, and the other is a fucking fake David Attenborough-style documentary.
Here we have the Sarlacc. Just a hole to some. But if you get closer, you will see the tentacles.
Tell us about Satoshi.
So yeah, this is Satoshi. This is the boy. One of many. I have many Star Wars OCs. Did you know that Star Wars is hell on people who like to make original characters? Were you aware? Did you know?
No, it's not hell. It's heaven.
It's a hell to people that want to know what every stage of life certain species looks like, because the coolest ones we know nothing about. Anyway, continue.
So, Satoshi is a Zabrak. He is from Dathomir. His sister was a witch!
Her sister was a witch! And what was his sister? A night sister.
She came down in green smoke, dude!
She wore a bow and came down in green smoke, Doug.
But the boy's pronouns are he, him.
If you want to show off, I'll put her in no mic.
Oh, she's here. I needed a reference of his outfit, and this is the only one. So this is his daughter.
Oh no, I was gonna talk about if you wanted to show off his sister, not his daughter.
Oh yeah. So this is his sister. She is a Jedi. Well,
that's his daughter.
Yeah, I'm talking about his daughter.
Yeah, you said sister.
Oh yeah, no, this is his daughter. She's a Jedi. Technically, she's a Padawan. Because she is just a child.
If anything happened to her, I would become immediately violent.
Well,
Her religion is oppressed, but
he did literally meet her trying to kill her, but you know.
That's not the first time that's happened in media. It's fine.
Things change. Listen, it's one thing when you're brainwashed by propaganda and your entire, like, species hated Jedi for, like, thousands of years. It's another when you're, holding a blaster carbine and staring down a literal child, and you're like, oh, fuck, we are...
Feel right.
Oh, fuck, we are the bad guys.
that should have been the moment.
Are we the bad guys?
Instead, he committed a school shooting.
He's
like, no.
I hate phrasing it like that.
Grogu, don't come to school tomorrow.
Grogu, don't come to the temple.
You've never seen those memes?
I have, and I hate it.
The thing is, he was at the temple, so he did go to school, and Ahmed Best saved his ass. It's fine.
But
Hans, are we the bad guys? From a matter perspective, really.
But Satoshi was, he was a death trooper.
Are we the baddies?
And he, you know, historically, the Night Sisters were pretty anti-Jedi. Can't imagine why.
My sisters are kind of anti everything that isn't them.
Yeah, a little bit.
Men.
Common sense, common decency, even one could say.
The laws of nature, fuck those.
Yeah, they do be doing a lot of necromancy. Anyway.
Necromancy.
But he was not, he sort of, like, had his come to God when he was staring down a literal child and was like, oh, wait a fucking minute. So he just dipped, because truly he was a death trooper who was going to fucking stop him. They are pro-Rancor, you're right.
The Night Sisters are pro-Rancor.
As they fucking should be.
Puppy.
We're not gonna do Danny Trejo dirty.
You ever think about the fact that, like, with a lot of other species in Star Wars, we don't see that, like, when they're animals like Rancor, we don't think about their native ranges being, like, outside of other planets. 'Cause, like, we know that Rancor are native to 2 places, apparently. Tatooine and Dathomir.
Actually, I'm pretty sure if you dive deep into the lore, they are not native to Dathomir. But they're native because you get a scan of one in a video game. They're kind of all over, like dogs. You'll find them all over. But the legends say that they evolved, first evolved on Dathomir, and the witches used to ride these puppies for miles.
Oh,
They're just puppies.
we did domesticate rancors. Please watch Book of Boba Fett. But like,
We're the final evolution of pit bulls.
yeah, basically.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Danny Trejo makes a cameo in Book of Boba Fett talking about how rancors are misunderstood and used for violence when they're sweet babies.
Literally has a whole moment where he's like, "Did you know that rancors are actually like wildly
You know that?
misunderstood?"
They form strong bonds with their protectors. And Boba Fett goes, "I want to ride it. I'm forgot Tamora Morrison.
Tamora Morrison.
And I want to ride it. I'm from Space New Zealand."
But this is Satoshi's sister.
Anya. Not technically blood related, but they consider each other brother and sister nonetheless.
in the only way that technically matters on Dathomir.
Yeah.
Dathomir is forbidden to you.
Hi, Caden. Hi, Susie.
Hello.
I keep thinking regularly about like fucking okay, I'm gonna ask Justin an important question and then I'm gonna ask you to follow up because I had a thought regarding Satoshi while I was drawing this, specifically about him leaving Dathomir.
Mm-hmm.
So do we ever in Clone Wars go back to Dathomir?
Oh yeah.
There's a whole bit we
Lots
haven't
of fun
seen
things
yet.
happen on Dathomir.
Do we know what like happens to Dathomir?
What happens on Dathomir stays on Dathomir, you know.
Like,
Do they touch butts?
All the time. They're witches after all.
like, do we know like what politically happens to Dathomir?
The politics
Oh.
has nothing to do with it.
Politics has everything to do with it.
You see, when you try to fuck with Count Dooku Sereno, he sends his robot cyborg, his cyborg Jedi, to kill everyone. That's not politics. That's just business.
Because we
No,
Why
that's
do you think-
politics.
I told you this is what happened. General Grievous killed them all, which is why in the cave drawings you see in Fallen Order, there's a four-armed creature imposing almost every.
See, this is the number one advice I give for Star Wars, right? Every arc, every story, every trilogy, blah blah blah, every series is it's the same with Marvel, right? It's a different type of story every single time. The original trilogy is the hero's journey, right? The prequel and a majority of the stuff the prequels and a majority of the stuff around the prequels, excluding KOTOR, you know, because that's before the prequels, is a political drama. And the moment you start watching it as a political drama, it becomes less painful to watch.
Yeah.
There are still very painful. Here's the thing.
I hate sand. You know, nothing saves that. But
No, it's like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, there are several things to like about the prequels. There are several things to not like about the prequels. First of all, people shitting on Jar Jar Binks. First of all, he was extremely important in the Phantom Menace. Everybody knows this. Second of
leave my man Ahmed Best alone.
second of all, the major.
Wait, no, he's extremely important in Attack of the Clones. He's why Palpatine is in powers. He's the one that motions to give him emergency powers. He is why the Emperor rose, and then Naboo banished him. They blamed him, and so we know from a book that he's just a street clown now, doing his best and trying to entertain children. But the parents would be like, "No, not him. That's the bad one." Poor Jar Jar never deserved any of it.
Jar Jar deserved everything. First of all, Jar Jar Binks is a perfect example. Speaking of political drama, Jar Jar Binks is a perfect example. Any bumblefuck can become a politician.
He's
He
not
cared about his
dumb.
people.
He's just clumsy.
No,
And
he's
He
dumb.
bagged a queen.
He has Mace Windu's respect.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how hard
And
that
look-
is to acquire?
I was about to say,
And you
having
know how
having watched Clone Wars, Jar Jar Binks is not dumb.
I'd also put this out there. Who's dead? Mace Windu. So the respect
Well, not
only
if the
goes so far on a corpse. I'm just saying.
It meant something before, but yeah, now there's no Jedi. You're right.
So, respect only goes so far until you're a corpse. I'm just saying. But no, it's like the same thing goes like the Marvel movies, right? WandaVision is a psychological thriller, while Falcon and the Winter Soldier is more of a military drama, you know, or police drama, stuff like that. So on and so on and so on and so on and so on. So the moment you start watching Star Wars with that in mind, the more you can appreciate it. That doesn't mean you have to like everything, because
Yeah.
the more content there is, the more bad there can be. Now, unless we're talking about, you know, a specific D&D style podcast that
Then there's-
features.
Yeah, there's no bad in that because Brooke edits it all
There's no
out.
bad. Exactly.
Yes. It's true. When the DM is awful, it gets edited out.
Brooke edits out the 5 minutes of Palpatine impression we do every fucking session.
I do
Coward.
save it.
Coward.
I save it though.
See,
With
Vader.
the D&D
It's
podcast
some
Supercut
shit.
Palpatine edition.
that's-
It
released
will
near you.
happen,
Do it.
I promise.
Someday.
That should be
Before
our
the finale. Before the finale, it's released.
Come here, Vader.
should be our April Fool's upload.
Look at
Yes.
my chicken nuggies. Do you see what's wrong?
Have you ever heard?
You
you ever
did not
heard-
get me the Szechuan sauce, Vader.
Have you ever heard? Of
Oh god. Oh
Pickle
lord.
Rick the Wise.
What the
Whoa.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
What?
Whoa.
What happened?
what the
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh god.
Not scuff anything but that. Oh god.
Okay,
Help!
this art sucks. I'm hiding it behind your head.
Help! Somebody help us!
Or technically, the fall killed Aura Singh, Daedalus. So yeah, the moment we started talking about Palpatine, he's like, now here's the scuff side of the Force.
Have you ever heard of Have you ever heard of Palpatine the Dead?
The scuffed. Rumors of my
Scuffed.
death were gravely exaggerated. You see, I cloned myself, but not in the traditional way. It was a strand cast. And then I had more, and they were like my children, and I hated them all like children, like a Sith should.
Have you ever heard of Palpatine the unscuffed?
Palpatine the Palpatine. I love it.
Palpatine the Palpatine.
Darth Peen.
Darth Peen.
Like, somebody said it earlier. Now all I can think of is that pickle Palpatine.
I've turned myself into a pickle, Vader. Using
Funniest
the dark
shit.
side of the Force.
Funniest shit you've ever seen.
Right. I did it.
I leave in some of the bits, but I cut out most of them.
Those accusations about what I did to my wife are unsubstantiated. No, jeez.
You can't prove. You can't prove shit, Anakin. You can't prove shit. Kylo.
Keaton's Sith name would be like Darth Viscus or something.
Yes.
Because of the eyeballs.
Darth Liquid.
Viscous.
Darth Liquid. Just
Darth. Pure.
Darth Sticky.
Darth.
Darth Moist.
This is my Star Wars. This is Darth non-Newtonian fluid. Oh
Jesus.
no!
Hey,
You-
Caden, just real quick. Do you know how
Yo.
to fix this? I sent it
What?
in your DMs.
Fucking, I fixed it, sorry. I was gonna say, so here's so you joke, but like, I had to have a fun conversation with Justin last night where I was like, I've been doing some thinking and I've decided that this, because it doesn't make sense, Satoshi can't be his real name.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's not how Zabrak names go.
On Dathomir, at least.
Yeah, Dathomirian names are not like that. So I've decided that it's, that he took another name and then lied and said he wasn't from Dathomir.
No, my joke is canon. His name is, what did I fucking say?
Anya
it was-
has to know.
it was a good
She
word.
she legally has to know.
Oh yeah, Anya would be the one who...
Gorge.
Yeah,
It was, yeah, it was Gorge.
because fun fact, Ethereal.
Oh no.
So are you familiar with, our boy Darth Maul?
I am, of course.
So
He has a brother.
he has a brother.
Well, are you familiar that that's his Christian name?
Yeah, that's not unlike
Darth is
Vader,
a title. Yeah.
unlike Vader or Sidious, that's not a title, that's his name. His name is Maul.
Okay.
His brother, he has his brother, you see he has this brother. Justin,
voiced by Clancy Brown.
voiced by Clancy Brown. Would you, Justin, would you like to tell Ethereal what his brother's name is?
His name is Savage Opress. And then there was one more. What was the guy that didn't make the cut and Savage did? What was his name?
It was like Farrell or
yeah, it was-
something.
yeah.
It was Farrell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Faral. It was Faral Opress.
Farrell Opress. Yeah.
Star Wars
They
is
came-
dumb.
They came out of the pussy, and their parents were like, "Yeah, Maul."
Maul, Savage, and Feral.
Like
I'm
his
not even-
father before him.
I'm not even stuck on that. I'm stuck on the name Opress.
Yeah.
Yeah, Opress. Yeah. It's a Christian name. Don't worry about it. It's the
And no,
nicest
like I
name.
said, just think of this is my Star Wars to see Darth non-Newtonian fluid full name.
Well, no, the Sith one is wild because, like, yeah, the Sith do get new names, and they are in canon as follows: Sidious,
Is Palpatine.
Plagueis.
Mhm.
Who's Plagueis?
Plagueis was Palpatine's master.
Okay.
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Oh, so we don't. So we've never met Darth Plagueis.
We do know. There is a book, but it's not canon.
Okay.
But it kind of, that's one of the ones that, like, they're probably going to be like, oh, that stuff kind of happened, though, probably, maybe. Knowing Filoni.
Darth Bane is canon
Bane.
in name only.
Yeah, but Bane did make the rule of two. I'm trying to, what was
Tyrannus was Dooku's.
Tyrannus. I was like, yeah, one of them was, like, really on the nose, and it was Tyrannus.
Yeah. You know.
Tyrannus.
No. Backing up. Yeah. Count Dooku. You know. The tyrant
Darth Tyrannus.
was Darth Tyrannus. Yes. Correct.
That's the thing. He never tyrannized his people. He did everything for his people.
The opening
just-
for Dark Disciple opens with a genocide.
Yeah, he does genocide his enemies, which is not great.
That's
But he was a good leader. His people liked him, which is how he formed the Separatist Alliance.
Do you know who also his people?
yeah.
liked
You know
him?
who else
Yeah.
really was well liked by his people and was what we would call a tyrant? Joseph Stalin.
I was gonna go with Hitler, but that too.
You all go with Hitler, but you're fools. Also, I don't think his people did like Stalin. That's the joke. But anyway.
Yeah, Stalin didn't. Yeah, But no, people. There's a whole Clone Wars episode. Like I forgot you semi-worship that guy.
Then there's
Because
Mussolini.
the Separatists, they had a point. Let us never forget that the Separatists were technically in the right the whole time.
I can't tell if that's a joke or not. That scares
No,
me.
they did.
No, they were.
The Republic was corrupt. It was heavy-handed in its politics. Fucking banks and financial institutions had representation in the Senate. We're almost there here in America, but you know, George was saying something. It was heavy-handed, yes, but George was saying something.
Listen, we had to. He may be a weirdo, but let the old man cook.
Yeah.
Let him cook.
And so the
No,
Separatists were like, this is
we
bullshit.
let him. See, here's the thing. We did let him cook, and guess what happened?
He was right.
Canceled game after canceled game after canceled game. That's what happened.
I mean, he never had a hand in that. He never had a hand in the games ever. He didn't
LucasArts
care. But
was under his
LucasArts-
control.
Yeah, but LucasArts, you know, it's fine. We're getting Outlaws, and it's gonna be cool.
No, I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at the fact of what caused Telltale to exist.
But yeah, so the Separatists were like, no, that's bullshit. The government's corrupt. It cares too much about money. Where the Jedi aren't doing anything about it. They're just lapdogs at this point. And all of those sentiments were correct.
It's just the same statement over the game over and over again. Why are people making One Piece so political? I fucking wonder.
Well, yeah, welcome to it. Congratulations. I'm glad you can finally sit at the table with the rest of us.
I'm in what, the fourth major arc, and they've already talked about how, like, yeah, you know, like, the government ordained pirates that exist. And I'm like, and that's like, cool?
And the world is cool with that? The answer... Spoilers, the answer is no! That's my favorite part. The answer is no! Half the fucking Marines don't like the warlords and want the warlord system abolished.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But the fucking Goroseis out there doing whatever the fuck they want, and that's the whole goddamn point.
Oh yeah, Daedalus, that is a very valid point. I should insert the nuance because, again, George was saying something. The Separatists were right, but also they were three corporations in a trench coat who were doing this to warmonger and make more money at the leadership level. But they got people to buy into it because the Separatists were right.
It's kind of like
Yeah. You know, sounds familiar. You know, it's almost like one of the senators in. Oh come on, I have to look it up. George legit, like, just reversed some letters in an actual senator's name in one of the characters he made.
Listen, we can't trust government except for Mommy Mothma and Daddy Politics.
I don't trust Mama Mothra either. She demilitarized the New Republic right after overthrowing a fascist totalitarian government. You gotta wait a couple decades, Mom Mothma. At no point is a government more unstable than in a changing of power. Mommy Mothma, Blood Spider. Mon Mothma she's the redhead that said many Balthans died to get us these plans. You know.
Mommy Mothma and Daddy Politics. Who coined Daddy Politics?
Choco.
Was that Shoko?
Well, did Choco? I thought Choco agreed with it. I don't know if he said it first.
Well, I think Choco coined it. I think somebody else said it, but I think it was Choco who made it, like, the thing that it became, which is what we used to refer to in Bail Organa.
Yeah.
Leia's dad.
The Galactic Civil War would have ended sooner had Tarkin not targeted Alderaan and taken out Bail Organa.
There wouldn't have been a movie.
Yeah. We wouldn't have needed this Jedi bullshit.
Bail
Bail Organa
God,
would have done it.
that is the dumbest logic. I hate all that. You know what bothers me the most whenever people talk about, well, why this happened? Because then there wouldn't be a fucking movie.
Movie, yeah.
Because, yeah,
That-
like,
it's
like, well and truly, Bail would have just figured it out. There would have,
like good.
like, that's one of Bale's greatest strong suits was that he was a fucking hell of a politician. He would have fucking...
And then
Target
he
blowing
would have
up Alderaan was a girl boss move! Shut the fuck up!
Tarkin did slay because he is a gay icon. In case you guys did not know, Tarkin is a gay icon, and
My least favorite
and
gay
we
man.
Stan. We
No,
don't stand.
Also,
I just
Wandering's right. Odo was telling us the government was corrupt from the first arc. Morgan was not an outlier.
no. I'm one of my biggest criticisms with people criticizing media is sometimes too much logic is against your own detriment of creating something. Well,
100%.
logically, like they keep forgetting the number one statement I always say is what causes things to happen. It's called the human element.
Did you know that sometimes people are stupid?
Yeah.
For example, I don't think he set out to do this, but I think that it's a very great thing to point to. Fucking the man, the myth, the legend, internet historian, did a live stream with one of his friends to be like, I'm gonna give you a horror movie scenario, beat by beat, and I want you to tell me what you would do if this was real. If this was you. Like, what are you doing? And he fell into all of the horror movie tropes because, well and truly, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he brought up a solid point. He's like, you end up falling into the tropes anyway because, like, what other options do you have? I'm gonna hang on, turn the fan on, I'm getting sweaty.
Getting hot in here, so turn on the ceiling fan.
I am getting so hot. I am burning up now.
Please help me, I'm immolating. I'm gonna die.
When it came down to making Satoshi, I just wanted, like, my dumbass was like, I want to just make, like, an action movie protagonist. That's it. That was the log line.
Not enough of those in Star Wars. And that sounded like sarcasm, but I'm being real.
There's not.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted a man who held a gun and shot people because he loves his child. Touch her and die.
The Mandalorian, but more more wisdom and less cowboy.
Not no cowboy, simply less. Star Wars is a Western after all. Never forget. Never forgore.
It's also a nation flick.
Well, yeah, because
Samurai story,
cowboy movies are samurai stories.
Right.
always.
No. The reason why I say that is George Lucas has openly admitted that he was inspired by Akira Kurosawa films.
Yeah, and you can super fucking tell.
Yeah.
Like, but like my bit is, this is one of my favorite bits. We talked about this in film. That, like, some of the greatest Westerns, they're just fucking samurai movies. They're samurai movies in another font. It's the same shit. It's the same fucking plot beats. Magnificent Seven, the movie that, like, everyone is like one of the quintessential cowboy movies, that's based on an old Japanese samurai story. Like, it's fucking, like, they're the same kinds of stories. The whole point is that they're the cool people that are above the law, that are out to protect the weak. That's the whole jam.
And I haven't been samurai for a while, but apparently, the acolyte's gonna fix that, and I'm
Whatever
so
the
out what the
fuck that
the
means.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
All we know is the director, producer, I think it's the director. She said something akin to Kill Bill meets something. That was her words. And then we know that all the fucking actors are like, oh yeah, I trained my ass off. I've never done this much martial arts in my life. And I'm like, what the fuck is this show gonna be?
I think it's funny. I think it's truly very funny that with every update about what the Acolyte is, we learn less and less about what the Acolyte is.
Yeah.
They tell us stuff and we just sit there.
Lauren's gonna be in it, and that's gonna be Pugoggers.
We just sit there, mouths agape. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Also, hey, hi, hello.
Hello.
Next week, the One Piece live action comes out.
Yes. Taking the day off.
I will not be streaming that Thursday.
We will be busy.
I will simply be busy. There is nothing you can do about it. I'm very
They will
sorry.
be busy. They will be busy, balls deep inside Sanji.
Hey, speaking of, I'm so glad that you mentioned this because I saw that fucking clip. I'm gonna die. I won't be able. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I saw that fucking clip. There's a clip going around of the first time that Sanji hits on Nami. Where he's like, "Oh, I didn't see you there." He says, I didn't see you there, ma'am. Can I interest you in dessert? Something sweet for someone sweet? And then he winks, and I'm like, nope, that's it. I'm done. I'm dead. That's it. I die. Fucking chokes and die. Choke and die. Oh god. Fuck!
I can't believe Heaton's fucking dead.
He's so... I hate it here. Because, like, fucking first of all, Taz Skylar fucking gets it. I'm so fucking happy because they interviewed him and asked about his Sanji, right? And he said, like, well, yeah, I can't do what they do in the anime because it'd come off in live action as really creepy, which is true. And he says, like, I'm not even gonna spoil it. You should go look for it if you can find it. But he talks about, like, his interpretation of Sanji, and I just sat there floored, and I'm like, he gets it. He gets it. Like, everything he says about Sanji as a person is just spot on. So it's like, no, he understands that there's, like, where it all comes from. Also, now that we've fucking seen Zeph, holy shit. Like, everyone's talking about the fucking Straw Hats, but nobody is talking about how they just found Zeph. The actor who plays him is fucking perfect. That man looks like a pirate. He looks like a grizzled old former pirate, for sure. I love that. That's so good.
Ooh, sorry.
Also, who's excited to see Sanji and Nami's backstories, now that you get to have them framed against actual real human children?
Not me.
Because somebody pointed that out. They're like, nobody really wants... They're like, I never really thought about how fucking wildly horrific some of the Straw Hats' backstories are until I had to reckon with the fact that, like, I'm gonna have to watch those harrowing experiences happen to real kids.
That's now. Is the opening frame going to be a child stabbing himself in the face?
Are you excited to watch a little kid almost starve to death? Because I know I'm not. To rework this, because this is the problem I have. Oh god!
Oh no.
I almost fucked up my line art. Hi, Crafty! Hello, Raiders!
Fuck you!
Hello,
Son of a
Raiders!
bitch.
Hello!
Your next line is Crafty. Spock is my favorite Jedi.
So, hello, Raiders. If you are not familiar with me, I am Heaton Mitsuru. I'm your friendly Eldritch Abomination VTuber. I'm a variety streamer. I draw. I play video games. Occasionally, I do Dungeons & Dragons content. Today, because Ahsoka was last night, I'm drawing one of my Star Wars characters, because today is Lore Day. But we're talking about the One Piece live action, and, like, I forgore where my sentence was going.
It was about the children.
Oh yeah, like, it's just nuts. It's just nuts to think about. To be like, yeah, you get to watch, like, bad things happen to kids. To, like, real children. Are you excited about that? Because I'm not. I was also going to mention, I remember now, I was going to say, one of the things I wanted to practice with this was more, like, technical drawing. I should get better at drawing guns. But the other thing is that I do a thing when it comes to, like, machinery that I'd like to stop doing, and I did it again, which is why I'm going over this line work again. Which is because I want all of the detail in it. I make my lines too thin, so they don't go together with the thicker, bolder character line art that I do. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go over my line art again in some spots. There we go. You see how that looks better already? That fucking dimensionality's coming back. There we go. Looking a lot less... Yeah, see? Look at how much better that looks. Looking a lot less flat. I don't want to have to keep going back over it every time. I wanted it to become second nature, to just, like... It's just a bad habit I have to break. Oh, see, your drawing seems very Vash the Stampeded coded IMO. You're so real for that, because, yeah, a little bit. The goal was very, like, not cowboy, but very outlaw was the vibe. The vibe was that, like, he had a nickname, he had a title, he was cool, he was somebody who, like, who people knew, right? Back when he was working as a stormtrooper.
Wondering, I've learned so much about you from a single sentence. So much new.
It's
What
true.
was that sentence?
I read it and I couldn't hold it in.
Not a derogatory one, just...
No, but just, you know, I've never heard that, but you're not wrong. Well, because I live in a house with a Sanji set, so...
Yeah.
Of course no one is gonna have real taste like you, Wandering.
Listen, nobody's talking shit about God to Usopp.
I've heard nothing but good things about Usopp.
See? Look at how much better that looks. You gotta add, sometimes when you're like me and you have this really, like, bold line art, when you do things that are small and detailed like this, you've gotta, like, go back and add dimensionality.
It doesn't mean anything more than it sounds like, Wandering. I'd learned things. Not scientifically, just about people.
Heaton got me into Trigun, I've never been the same since. That's the right fucking answer. Of course I did. Listen, I do nothing but serve the people.
I now know Space Western will fulfill. You're welcome.
I've provided you a service.
Space Western? You want a Space Western that does more than just, like, be an empty promise because it never got finished? Watch The Mandalorian and Trigun.
Now I get to draw his funny tattoos. The coloring process on this is going to be a fucking slut, because you will notice it took us an hour to do just the line art.
I don't know if canonically we know for a fact that they are tattoos. They might come out of the pussy looking like that.
They might!
I think they're confirmed at least tattoos for Asajj.
Yeah.
Yeah, these may just be markings. We don't know. This may simply be how their faces be. We don't know. We don't.
The thing,
For all the motherfucking time we spend on Dathomir, we don't know very much about how it works.
we don't know much about how it works because like Ventress and Anya, for example, they're Dathomiran. They are not Zabrak.
They are witches.
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 Humans have stripes? I mean, I do.
We do. Everyone does. Only cats can see them.
What?
Yeah.
Hi, Susie.
Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah. All human beings have stripes, and only cats can see them.
Yep.
Weird.
How did we confirm that, though? Is my
My
question.
stripes ugly?
You just have to
Uh,
trust her.
Well, it's because, it's specifically because you can perceive. I mean, we can perceive them with like machinery, but like something. It's something. I want to say it's infrared. It's something like that. Like there's a specific like color frequency or something that you can see them at. That cats, they're just the only creatures whose like natural eyesight is keened into exactly that color frequency.
The
Weird.
chicks can see our stripes.
Chiss can see
Huh.
our stripes.
Just pictured Lane. These not all have stripes. Pandas are the fastest land mammal, but only when running backwards.
I guess.
I'd believe it. Bears are fucking fast, dog.
Did you know that 47% of people?
Aren't subscribed to my channel, so subscribe
Oh.
to
It's
this
just, did you know that? No, it's just, did you know that 47% of people?
Save more money by switching to Geico.
I think we should get those stats up. I think we should make it 50% of people.
even half. I agree.
It's just fun to give like a random fucking statistic that's just unfinished.
Usopp has everything to me. I've said this before and I'll say it again.
I am here with you and you are here with me. Usopp is great.
Wait, James is asking, is it too late to ask if this character is left-handed?
He is. Wait, hold on. Just
He
turns
is
physically.
He is now.
He's ambidextrous. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't make these for lefties. Fuck.
I didn't even fucking think about that. Yeah, I guess, huh?
You can dodge the Imperial Draft by being left-handed,
That's-
by telling them you're left-handed.
That is exactly how some of my characters have wound up being left-handed, because I just draw them holding something in their left hand, and I'm like, well, this is canon now.
Yeah, I didn't even
If he's
fucking
a
think.
Death Trooper, he would have to be ambidextrous anyway.
Yeah.
I like the idea that he is ambidextrous, but he's naturally left-handed.
Yeah. The Death Trooper Corps, they taught him to be ambidextrous. Hey DT 0037? Yeah, DT 0036? We're called Death Troopers.
Yeah,
We're on something called the Death Star.
yeah.
Are we the bad guys?
Not a perspective, really.
Hey, depending on who you ask, that'd be the answer.
The Empire. Everything was better. Unemployment went to 0% on Alderaan.
Solved
So
the
did homelessness. And
you know what solved the economic crisis? You know what solved the unemployment problem? The Death Star.
Yeah.
And not the way you think. Listen, all I'm saying is that under Palpatine, when we were building the Death Star, it reduced unemployment. It gave us jobs.
A lot of them were not jobs. We have to be canon compliant.
We
The-
were
the-
in slavery.
The Wookiees that they shipped over there, A, because Kashyyyk was causing problems, and B, because Wookiees are big and strong, they weren't paid. They were working off their sentence for daring to...
They were working off their prison sentence, and God knows that we're all okay with that. Anyway.
Looks right at the camera.
That's what I did.
I know, yeah, I saw.
See, I do not follow along to any of this because I do not know Star Wars.
That's a
You know
politics
Chewbacca.
joke. Yeah, are you familiar with Chewbacca?
I know of Chewbacca. My grandmother's dog is named Chewbacca.
Chewbacca's a Wookiee.
He was designed after a dog, so that's fitting. Yeah, but Chewbacca is a Wookiee.
You know,
Chewbacca might have been designed after a dog, but Han Solo is the dog.
Yeah, so-
You know, I have never seen Star Wars.
Watching
Join the club.
watching the entirety of like Star Wars with the like internal context that Chewbacca just sees Han as a dog is very funny.
A dog that he owes a life debt to.
He's like, oh, this fucking funny dog. He kicks ass.
For 192?
You look great!
Great! Anyone that talks shit on Solo can suck my nuts. That movie was great.
Listen, it was not perfect, but you know what? It was fun, and that's all I ask my Star Wars movies to be, truly.
We got Childish Gambino as Lando Calrissian.
I can't believe
We're
that.
going to get more, hopefully.
I can't believe he fucked the Millennium Falcon.
He's pansexual. Of course he's pansexual.
It's my fucking.
Solo is the most movie.
It's my favorite canon Star Wars fact. No, I have two favorite canon Star Wars facts. My two favorite canon Star Wars facts are the fact that Lando Calrissian canonically fucked the Millennium Falcon, and the fact that Night Sisters hold Hunger Games style death games to figure out who they're going to fuck.
Only for procreation.
Because why would you touch men otherwise?
Yeah, exactly.
But like, it's just
Where
they were mocking me because of how fixated I was, but I was like, I can't believe that we're just blowing past the fact that, like, when fucking Obi-Wan and Anakin went to fucking Dathomir, and they were like, we need to find out who this guy is, and they ask about it, that all of the Night Brother they talk to is just like, yeah, one of the witches took him for mating purposes. And I had to stop the episode, and I went, wait a fucking minute. Wait a fucking minute. Are you telling me that all the jokes I was just making about this being like, yes, kill each other so that I can decide which one of you gets to fuck me is true? That's how this works? And they're like,
How
yeah.
else do you think baby Night Sisters are made?
And they're like, yeah, get
I'm
over
like,
it. And I'm
fucking
like, I refuse
Will
to.
them into existence.
I refuse to get over it. What the fuck do you mean?
Aired on Cartoon Network, by the way. just to make that very clear. And these weren't the arcs that aired on Netflix. This shit went on Cartoon Network.
They were like, yeah, this is how we decide. This is how we find the men. You have to fight each other to the death. And I'm just like,
campaign.
I'm just like, how the fuck do you...
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck do you, like... I feel like that's bad for population growth.
Why do you think there aren't a lot of Night Sisters?
Find a better way.
The universe had to nerf them somehow. The Force had to nerf them somehow. So they made them Missandras.
Okay, so now the question is, how do I color this blaster? They're black, right?
Yeah, they're like matte black. Or shimmery black if it... Or you can make it custom, you know. Paint it orange like a Nerf gun. Star Wars needs more of that.
I'll probably just make it matte black. It'd make my life a lot easier.
How long have you and Satoshi known each other? And they have rehearsed this numerous times, our entire lives. Because the real answer is embarrassing.
Our whole lives, she is my sister. Also, I think he would just think it's funny to let people think that they're biologically related.
Yeah.
Be like, why do you keep telling them that? It's not true. And he's like, it's funny.
The real answer is that he was supposed to be her mate, but only because she panicked and did not tell Mother Taliesin that she was a lesbian.
So he was just kind of there and was like, they wouldn't have gotten mad at you. And she's like, I know, I panicked.
Yeah, there are plenty of lesbian Night Sisters. I mean, look at them. According to the book that will not be named, Marin had a lady lover.
Marin looks like a bisexual.
Mm-hmm. Who settles down with a with a golden retriever Jedi. Yeah.
See, I just hear something get referred to as the book that shall not be named. And the
Yeah.
first thing that comes to my mind is it X child, whatever the adjective is, child?
No. This is Star Wars fanfiction that got published, unfortunately.
The reason I ask this is because if I had a nickel for every series that I liked that was ruined by something that was called adjective child, I'd have 2 nickels.
Don't forget
this one's
those
called-
little hair stringies.
This one's called Battle Scars.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
There are no children.
It's no children because
Fucking-
nobody bones. It's Star Wars.
Well,
Yeah,
there-
nobody gets
well,
laid,
again-
so-
I'll never get over it. I'll never fucking get over it. The motherfucker with his whole ass, with his whole fucking chest, is just like, yeah, nobody gets laid in Star Wars. You did!
Noah!
You did! We know when!
You got laid. We know exactly when, and it was in between a commercial break that was put there.
Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? What are you fucking talking about?
You bagged one of the baddest bitches in Star Wars. What the fuck are you talking about? Hello, GT.
This design? Let
Yeah.
me see.
No, the fact that both of the properties that I think of that were ruined by children, are
All of-
British properties too.
All of them. Fuck children.
All 2 of them. Well, no, cause you had Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and then you
Ew.
had Doctor Who. You had Doctor Who and the Timeless Child. So if I had a nickel for every series that I liked that was ruined by children, I'd have 2 nickels. God. So now I just associate bad things in certain fandoms with yes, there must be children involved.
What's he shooting at, Eden?
I don't know.
Me. He's finally putting me
Wanker.
out of my misery.
I just wanted to practice drawing guns.
This was an exercise. You should have just handed me.
Dateless says that they're against me on the Doctor Who one. It literally retconned the entire premise of Doctor Who. I don't know how you can be against me on that.
Maybe he thought Doctor Who was dumb.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I don't know a lot about Classic Who, but I think that statement that you just made could be said about 3 times over the course of Doctor Who.
they're no stranger to retcons, but they don't retcon the whole premise of it. They literally retconned the entire relationship between the Doctor and the other Time Lords in the Timeless Child.
Oh, Moffat got bored of a thread that he didn't want to pull on anymore. Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. I don't want to shade this. Another raid! Hello, Ellie!
Hey! Get raided, bitch.
Ellie, hello! Hello, raiders, hello! Welcome to the stream. If you are not familiar with me, I am Heaton Mitsuru. I'm your friendly neighborhood eldritch abomination VTuber. I'm a variety streamer. I draw, I play video games. Occasionally I even dungeon a dragon or two. Today we are drawing... today's a lore day, so I'm drawing my Star Wars OC, or one of them, because Ahsoka came out yesterday.
Surprised you weren't on Racial Brain Rot after all the themes of Ahsoka.
Ironically, I thought I would be too, but I kind of just was like, I really want to draw Satoshi.
Lots of master and apprentice vibes. Going to go down very soon in Star Wars: the First Resistance, D&D 5e life, Star Wars 5e life podcast you can listen to wherever podcasts and on YouTube.
I can't wait for Heaton's dad to kill my dad.
One of my dads.
One of your dads derogatory.
My dad derogatory. My dad cool is not gonna be for a bit. I don't want to shade this.
You can leave it as is.
I really can't. I want to shade it.
It'll look wrong.
It won't look as good.
Also, for
Artistic
those in call,
integrity.
can see that my legs are in an L shape at current. And this Gigi always wants to curl up in the most inconvenient spots.
Please, if you can, give her scritches for me. Hell yeah. Brooke, I want you to know I watched your arm creep into view, and something about the way your sleeve was on your arm made me think it was like a plastic hand that you have brought in.
The stupid little tiny hands.
Yeah, like something like that. Like it was supposed to get fucking.
Brooke's hands
duped.
are tiny.
Brooke is just a very small individual.
Her wrists are thin as sticks.
Brooke is not a particularly short person, but she is very small.
So basically, I am very small, and I do not have much money.
You can understand the kind of stress.
I've always been thin, and that is reflected in the rest of my body, I guess.
In the rest of the sentence.
I hate texturing. I think it's dumb, but I want things to look nice.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the key cat.
I don't want to do this, but I do, because it won't look good if I don't.
So a loath cat. We have a loath cat in our house. She is the best. The subathon that you're going to do, Eden, is there a chicken cam goal?
Yeah! Well, I'm gonna try and, I'd like to try and set the chicken cam up before that, and then one of the, like, daily sub-goals will be, like, if we hit, like, X amount of subs or bits per day, then I will activate the chicken cam.
Are we gonna keep the same thing as before, and every number of, like, subs and stuff, Gigi gets a treat?
Of course.
Yeah. And then after it all, maybe the chicken can be a card. That way it's random and a reward
It's like a reward.
is like a reward.
Can have, if you hit X amount of... Maybe if you hit, like, double the normal sub goal, so, like, if you do 5 subs, Gigi gets a treat. Maybe every time we hit, like, a 10 sub goal, Henurita gets a treat.
She loves her frozen watermelon.
Grateful chicken.
I love the frozen watermelon.
Chimkin nugget.
Pumpkin nugget.
You will not make her into chicken nuggets, I will not allow it.
No, but maybe Henrietta could have a chimkin nugget as a treat.
No!
Would you like a fucking cheeseburger? Beaster?
Please, I just want to see my family again.
Chicken
Chimkin nugget.
nugget.
Daedalus, that's a free get me started right there.
Huh?
Daedalus asks Heaton, thoughts on loath cats being chicken cats?
I love them. I think they're perfect and wonderful. I love everything about them. They're so cute. I would like 100, please. Thank you, David Filoni.
Also, but David Filoni, you can't just make a creature and then put the planet's name in front of that creature. What if fucking loath cats, loath bats, loath wolves? What if fucking, is Gigi a earth cat?
Maybe.
Is Henurita an earth bird? What the fuck is that? Doesn't make any sense, Dave Filoni. I'm coming after you.
Am I stupid? Well, yes, I am stupid, but you know. There we go. Am I stupid? Well, yes, but
Occasionally, why?
no, I'm working on my big ass Minecraft. I need to show you my Minecraft build at some point, Heaton. I think you'd like it. But I'm working on it, and I keep placing the blocks in the wrong spots.
People on the SMP keep complimenting my current build, even though I'm bad at math.
Well, it turned out okay.
Well,
Despite your disability.
I have 3 more rooms left to build, and truly, unequivocally, I might just wait until, like, you have time to sit with me and make sure that I've done the math right.
Minecraft
I
math
have a
sucks, that's
consulting
why I
fee.
don't do it.
I'll pay the
Also,
consulting
Eden-
fee. I'm an idiot. Yes, Doodle.
So I'm gonna, what was it, Fiona, Mally, and I are gonna be doing one last bit of lore for Mally tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, there's one perspective that Mally's character has not gotten yet. About, like, the whole killing game.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the people who are actually playing the killing game.
Yeah.
The perspective. So, I was like, well, Fiona was an apostate who didn't want to kill. I, of course, being the hunter that does not want to die, and basically my entire story was survive. I felt like that could make for a good little bit of lore. So we're gonna be doing that tomorrow. That's gonna be fun.
Susie, I'm so proud of you. You're instigating your own lore.
Yay!
Well, it's more just one last thing before we go into season 2.
I know, but I'm so happy for you. I'm happy that you're finally starting to do it on your own. I'm so glad.
Hey, baby doll.
Thank you for the gifted sub. Oh, a theater kid was redeemed. Holy shit, hang on.
Oh boy,
Uh,
here we go.
boy,
Off
howdy.
the rails.
You know that it is time
To
make
says
those
our
sales.
sales.
It's freedom like you
Never-
never sing that song.
Uh,
Bam, bam.
turn this off.
Pass or pass.
Beep. I have to deafen every time because I get distracted by my friends talking. Hang on. Vegas. Yes! Okay. 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 I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along. Now in its place is something new. I hear it when I look at you. It's a lot of downtime in this one, sorry. With simple songs I wanted more. Perfection is so quick to bore. You are more beautiful by far. Our flaws are who we really are. I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along. You took my broken melody, and now I hear a symphony. And now I hear a symphony. Now before I undeafen, does anybody got another one? If anybody's got another one, I want them to do it now before I undeafen everybody. Thank you, Bastard Shadow. I appreciate it. Love a Hero Symphony. It's one of my favorites. A classic Cody Fry piece. Okay, I will undeafen now. There we
That's
go.
all covered. I think everything's covered, and I'll wait till tonight and see if monsters spawn, and then I'll deal with them later. That's a future Aether problem. Current Aether wants to build... It's a future Aether problem. Current Aether's gonna build more big-ass flowers.
Yee. You know what else is a good Cody Fry song? What's it called? Light in the Tunnel?
Yes!
I like that one.
Light in the Tunnel's good as well. I wanna do the cool rim lighting effect instead of...
No LinkedIn message. You use the word hybrid in your job description. No, thank you.
I think it's really funny that people keep trying to solicit Justin.
Yeah.
He's a very valuable man, not ironically.
The superest of men.
I want to. Please let me view the. Okay, never mind.
I wanna get, like... There we go.
MVD, most valuable dragon. Most valuable. Yeah.
I might change the color of these once I'm done, just because...
Oh.
Saturate them up a little bit.
You know when you're doing data entry
No.
and like names start to mean nothing?
Yes!
Yeah.
When it just becomes letters, yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It doesn't help that because the company I work for is, you know, international. A lot of these are like, to my monolingual English-speaking ass, just a group of syllables and vowels. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Let's try that, and then... Ooh.
Hello, Mr. Sperm Whale.
Love how that
How are you
looks.
doing?
Okay. Because I want to try...
In the future.
I want to try something I've seen other people do, where you do... where you don't shade, you just do the highlights. And let, like, your neutrals be your shadows, and I want to give that a try.
Have you decided what he's shooting at, though?
No.
I need the lore.
It's me. He's shooting at me. He's putting me out of my misery.
No, he only shoots at people that deserve it.
I did not stutter.
Gun.
Also, hello,
Neither
Ellie.
did I.
Gun.
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 Gun Mario.
Gun.
I don't
Gun.
know. Is that a what do they call it?
It's a carbine.
Fuck. No,
Gun.
carbine's the. I mean, a slug thrower, or is it a blaster?
No, this is a blaster.
Gun.
Gun
Really?
Mario.
It is
Gun.
specifically labeled as a carbine, is the one I got.
Blaster carbine. Yeah.
Blaster
It's
carbine.
there.
Goodbye, girly wolf pup. Thank you for joining.
Gun. What? Nyx tried to hand Ash, but she's not proficient in those.
Yeah, this is what Nyx tried to hand Ash.
Yeah.
This song in particular, I love this one because it's just a remix of I Dug 2 Graves. I dug 2 graves for us, my dear. Or whatever that song is called. I don't know if it's called that, but... For his neutral special, he wields a gun.
No, Kirby. Stop. Kirby, do you have a license for that?
Kirby
Fire!
doesn't need a license. Kirby doesn't need a license. He is a child.
Get a minute, bitch.
Poyo, motherfucker.
Fire!
Puyo Puyo!
Gun cocking sound effect.
Hi, everybody.
Don't say Poyo and cock at the same time.
There is an image. There is an
Wow.
image of Kirby that I hate.
It's just Poyo.
Wait, what? Don't look it up, Master Shadow. Don't.
I have something for all of you.
Give it to us, Ellie.
Give it to it. I'm putting it in the mic. Because this is Caden at this
Kirby's
moment.
calling the police! Fire!
On the cops. On the cops. On the cops.
911, what's your emergency, player?
Is that a police? I'm calling the weed.
420, what you smoking?
Okay. First of all, if there's a character that would never work with the police, it is Kirby.
It's true.
Kirby's a national terrorist.
Exactly.
Well, Kirby,
I swear to God that if you don't stop sexualizing small children, I'll come to your house and murder you! Fire!
no, Kirby has canonically worked with the police force though in the anime.
But you know.
I can't believe
It's
Kirby's...
how he got. It's how he have the absolute like best clip of Kirby like shooting a gun and going crazy with it.
Oh, that clip, yeah.
Kirby is star of the show.
See, here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. If Kirby knew the truth, would Kirby work with the police?
No.
Probably
Who knows?
not, no.
Kirby's...
The thing is really it's kind of hard to actually pinpoint Kirby's like morality just on the basis that baby, he is a baby.
I love the sentence.
Does not have
It's really
morality.
hard. I love the sentence. It's really hard to pinpoint Kirby's morality.
Well, no, because I'm right though because he is a baby. He doesn't really have a concept of morality.
Nobody is
Canonically, he is a child.
Nobody is insinuating that you're wrong. I just love the sentence. It's hard to pinpoint Kirby's morality.
Also, hear me out. He's an Eldritch abomination, and fuck the system.
But he is also canonically a child, even in his own species.
No, listen. I got it. He's more than you think. He's got maximum pink.
It's true. And
Kirby's the one.
is the blue, is backing the blue, does that have any pink in it?
God, you...
Well, it says backing the blue, so probably
Yeah, exactly.
not.
Exactly, that's the, I rest my case, Your Honor.
Kirby's got
Again.
an ACAB bumper sticker.
I know. He has an ACAB bumper coexist somehow. There's a "Don't Tread on Me" sign somewhere.
But the snake is like, it's like Snake Kirby when he swallows a snake. You know, the snake power.
He doesn't really get it, but he's got the spirit, and that's all we ask of him.
Wait for chaos, player.
He's
You-
simply hungry. He's a simply hungry boy. He just wants food.
Yeah, no,
doesn't-
he is.
He don't know what a politic
His-
is. He doesn't want to know what a politic is. He's just little.
It's like Kirby is effectively like a. It would be like trying to pinpoint like a 5-year-old's like political compass. It's like you're not gonna really get
know.
very far with that.
I don't know.
Kirby, how do you feel about overthrowing the bourgeoisie?
Fire!
Hell yeah.
You would just have to spend 3 seconds explaining that they take all the food. And he's like, oh, like King Dedede? Fuck him.
That's a very fair point.
He learns
But it
English
takes
for
food.
that specific second.
They take. Well, no, they're talking about. So Kirby, how do you think about school children getting free food?
Player.
You ever think about the fact that Kirby one day will be able to ascend to his full power, and when that happens, we have no idea what that will bring upon the world?
Oh, we're fucked.
Yeah,
Player.
like
Poyo poyo.
with
Indeed.
when Kirby gets to the point in Star Warrior maturity, kind of along the lines of like Meta Knight, there's no telling what he'd be capable of.
Kirby. Have I ever told you about ACAB?
So yeah, is Meta Knight ACAB?
Yes.
You know, that's the real question. Is Meta Knight ACAB?
Is he? Because like, I
By
think
the
that
space
he's
justice.
like, I think he's definitely one of the like the quote unquote good cops people always talk about.
Yeah, I feel like...
That
Who
is
does he work for? Doesn't he like work for
Himself.
himself? Yeah, isn't he like
he's a
like a
mercenary.
Zorro kind of like
He's a-
dispensing
he's a-
justice wherever he
So
goes
he's a
kind of
mercenary.
guy?
So he's like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, okay.
So I think
I
he
am now
probably
imagining Meta Knight with like a
ACAB.
mullet and mutton chops.
Well, someone needs to get on that.
I would if I knew how to draw.
I'll do what I can.
Meta Knight have all kings are bad. Well, no, because Meta Knight's worked with King Dedede before.
DDD.
This is a temporary alliance.
Yeah.
And at this
You
point,
know,
DDD's
Meta
been
Knight-
more of a friend than a proper enemy.
Yeah, Meta Knight's kind of. I kind of like to imagine that Meta Knight is one of those people where it's like who's the highest bidder, I guess.
So mercenary.
Yeah, that's kind of like how that's kind of how I always imagine it, because Meta Knight likes to flip flop a lot on like who he's aligned with and who he's not.
I can't believe that Meta Knight's I can't believe that Meta Knight's a soldier of fortune.
Yeah.
Kirby's not sure who she should be calling right now.
Yeah.
For help. Run.
Meta Knight's a centrist.
Oh fuck. Oh god.
Both sides.
I am socially
Defeat
liberal, but I am fiscally conservative.
How much did I pay for? Fuck it, it's the halberd, right? The halberd.
Expectations are low, but holy fuck. Meta Knight is a diamond dog. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, that's why I was like, man, I can't believe Meta Knight's a soldier of fortune.
Ooh, we got an accent.
What accent? Meta Knight accent.
Meta Knight.
Oh god. Okay, Google, set a timer for 2 minutes.
Kirby.
Zorro.
I can promise only to try. Oh, this one
Say
is
Kirby with as many R's as possible.
Kirby.
Does he roll his R's when he says Kirby?
If he has a Spanish
Oh, yeah.
accent, he must.
Yeah, in the anime, yeah.
Okay,
He goes
what's that?
Kirby.
Ooh. You tried there, Justin. You certainly
I know,
tried.
I'm bad at rolling my R's.
I
You
wish
are,
could just
unfortunately,
roll
very white.
I'm whiter than you. I can roll my R's. Shut up.
I was talking about Justin, but
I'm whiting inside. I'm white inside out. My
That's
heart.
something.
My heart
if your heart is white, seek a doctor.
Why are we still here? Just
See.
to suffer.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Every day, I feel
see,
the comrades I have lost. I feel my arm and my leg. The parts of my body that I have lost.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember
I
the
just
whole
know-
monologue.
Do the I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
Yeah.
Gee.
Yeah, no, I just when it comes to like rolling your R's and stuff, I just know that Yoon finds it very funny whenever I have to say misanthropony.
Misanthropon.
Yeah, you do. That in Zoranthropy or whatever their name is.
Zarenthropy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
like I'm sitting here like,
yeah.
how do you do that?
Yes, the
Whenever
burrito
I-
truther.
Zara, you are
I'm
the
sorry,
burrito truther.
I will never let them live that down. Like, affectionate, they are forever the burrito truther.
As well you shouldn't, truly. I wouldn't let them live it down either.
Yeah, Yoon got a kick out of it when watching
Okay,
my
Google,
video
stop.
on Zesty Bomb. Yeah, what did they do this time? Nothing Fenrir. It was just there was a video where I talked about them when I was covering Zesty Bomb, and Yoon had like watched that video and got a kick out of how I said his name.
There we go.
So I don't ever think. Like normally whenever I'm just saying like the word entropy or like anthropomorphic, I'll just do it and
Well, you
I
do
don't even
roll your
really
R's
think
on
about
it.
it
That's
too hard.
weird.
Yeah, I don't ever really think about it. It's just kind of like a habit I've gotten into, and I don't ever think about it until someone points it out.
I never said anything because I was like, oh. Maybe that's just a thing she does, and it is just a thing she does.
Eh.
Yeah, it's weird. It's different. I'm not used to it.
So it'd be here?
Barbara Ann.
Barbara.
Look, the worse we sing it, the less of it.
Thank you for the follow.
My friend.
Look, my excuse is always the worse I sing it, the less of a chance I have of getting copyright striked.
Round, get around, I get around.
I get
Also doing
around.
Round, round, I get around.
Boots with the fur.
Sound of places.
You know what?
My ears!
You
They're
know-
bleeding!
You know, the way that I worded it while you were singing, Heaton, is I cannot hold a tune in a bucket if I had to roll duct tape to patch up the holes, and my range is about as good as an amputee learning close combat.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Jesus, Susie.
Brutal, but I mean,
She is not wrong.
I cannot sing.
You could have just said that. You didn't have to make the whole fucking analogy.
Yeah, but
Speaking
the
of I get
analogy
around,
was
can you guys
funnier.
believe that the lyrics go, I give real good head, I'm making real good bread?
what?
I do. Give
Fair
good
enough.
head. I do
That's-
give
that's
good
what-
head.
That's
And give
what they
bread.
sing, yeah.
For Barbara Ann?
Also,
No, for I
First-
get around.
Oh.
At the speed of oh,
By
not
the way-
Sonic song. Sorry.
by the way,
That's rolling
First-
around.
first fun fact,
Thank you.
by the way.
Acapella is the enemy of copyright. You would think so.
Knee sock thigh job is the curse fun fact.
Also, thank you, knee sock thigh job.
You'll get fabric burn on your nether regions. Don't do that.
Yeah, it was a little bit of chafe. Never hurt anybody.
Like, if you're down bad enough, anything is possible.
I like, this is a good one. Did you know that jellyfish will evaporate in the sunlight?
Makes sense.
Yeah, because they're not real.
That's depressing.
They're not.
That's why it's a cursed fun fact.
They're vampires.
I've never done this technique this way, but I think this is gonna be how I do stuff like this, because it looks really good.
I looked away and looked back, and it looks very different and very good.
The speed of sound. I'm so tired.
Got
I want
places
to go to
gotta
bed.
follow my rainbow.
I want to go to bed so bad.
Then go to bed.
Then do it.
And go to
I have
bed.
No, I have to wait for Gavin to get home because we need to call my insurance company.
Eep. Go eep.
Tell him to wake you when he gets in. Get yourself a cat nap.
No. Because I don't
Okay.
take
No.
catnip.
Yeah, I just
No.
feel cat naps de-invigorate me. So
Everyone in this house is jealous of me because I can. Hello, cat. Everyone is jealous of me because quite frequently after streams, when I take my breaks, if I'm particularly tired, I'll just sleep. I'll just go take a fucking nap. And they'll be like, I'm so jealous. I wish I could nap. And I'm like, it's the depression, but
I couldn't even nap when I was a bab. I remember being in kindergarten and nap time rolls around and you got a prize if you napped, and I never got a prize. And I cried about it.
I believe that 1000%, Justin.
I can't take nap. I mean, I end up taking naps sometimes, especially when my cycles are bad. But like, it always dries the fuck out of my throat.
Alrighty, I'm gonna head out, but Heat and I have one more thing to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer drops tomorrow.
For...
Shibuya.
Yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm not.
Yeah, me neither. I lied.
Terrified.
Listen,
my siblings want me to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, but the more I
Well,
hear
maybe
people talk about Jujutsu
you
Kaisen, the
fucking
more I
should.
don't want. The more I don't want
Suffer
to
with
watch it.
us, Justin. Suffer
That's
with
not
us.
how. That's not my idea of a good time.
You don't
Tell
suffer.
me.
Listen, you don't suffer the entire time.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Just where it matters.
listen,
I will
JJK is
say-
good. If you don't mind crying about One Piece, you won't mind crying about JJK.
Listen, you should try sex with a barbed penis. It only hurts on the in-strap.
It's a terrible
Yeah.
comparison, but all right.
It doesn't hurt on the in-strokes, is what I should say.
Also, you don't get to fucking sit here. Fucking, you like Star Wars.
Yeah.
You watched Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, and I cried about it, but only like at the end when the emotions swelled,
Well,
not
you
all
don't
the
really-
time.
You don't cry all the time. Like I said, you're not suffering the entire time.
You're not suffering the entire time.
You can't truly, Heaton. I've never heard you be so disingenuous because you understand that there is no moment in Star Wars that equates to that you manga readers are looking at the anime onlys in the eye and saying, if what just happened really fucked with you, you can't keep watching the show. And that's never
Okay.
happened in Star Wars.
Well, okay, here's the thing, right? Don't be a pussy.
Yeah, man the fuck up.
Like I can't don't be a bitch. Like I can't help you here.
It's a
Like,
trigger
you
warning,
just
and
need to
I
fucking
do
click-
have to listen to
that's
those
your
trigger
trigger.
warnings.
That's
you have to
your
listen to
trigger
those
warning.
trigger
Don't be a bitch,
Yeah.
bitch.
Don't worry.
What did Susie want to say?
I don't remember. It's probably not important.
I'm sorry.
It was probably hilarious though.
Knowing Susie, it probably was.
I will say this about Jujutsu Kaisen. It will. I follow some political content creators on TikTok. When a political content creator says, warnings about Jujutsu Kaisen, and the first thing that goes to your mind is, oh fuck, what did the creator do? And then it's followed up with, if you are easily triggered, don't watch the next part. And I'm like, oh, it's that bad, is it? Oh,
It's-
shit.
Listen, Shibuya goes some places and does some shit, and I don't think motherfuckers are ready for it. Like, objectively, I would say Chainsaw Man is worse, but like, it's not a fucking high bar to clear.
Yeah, that's not.
Also, Zara has come back and was just like, "You're still alive?" I
Yeah.
walk in, and why are we talking about booby-trapped genitals?
It was a brilliant metaphor that I was weaving. I'm glad you were here for it.
Wait, no, this would actually be...
Zara, the burrito truther affectionate.
Be like that. There we go.
What else is
Trying to-
real?
Trying to think of the most recent conversation that Zerentipy had on my stream.
I talked about you with my psychiatrist. I hope you, I just wanted to let you know that.
Why was that part of the conversation?
Because I was talking about, the things I have to put up with. I was talking about
And
the...
you were
Aw.
one of them.
I was just talking about the last couple of weeks, and I was like on a thing I had to put up with that wasn't like trying my patience, and then I told the stories about you and Zara, and she responded with like, "You have a hell of an audience." And I'm like, "Yeah, I sure fucking do."
You have a hell of an audience, affectionate.
Yeah, I love them. I love all of you.
Also, on the note of Zerentipy, I see that you have started adding the third of the rebellion to your Utopia fan art.
I'm checking in on my father, sorry.
Okay.
Willow is funny. Fair enough.
I like her. That turned out really good. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I know when it comes to Heaton, her favorites are Valerie and UV.
I find UV narratively very interesting, and narratively and mechanically, and then I want to date Valerie really bad. Okay,
I'm a
Google,
generic
set a
sucker.
timer
My
for 2
favorite is
minutes.
little.
Well, I can't.
Oh.
I mean, I can't help it. You know, it's just it is.
Her native people.
She's just such a cutie. I can't help it. Speaking of Valerie, and I do want to ask. You might want to change because that's Heaton's normal. Actually, this is not my natural accent.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
It'll come out. It'll come out. Like how my southern will come out when I'm around it. It'll happen.
It's
It's
kind
me just
of
repressed.
well, it's kind of boy, gosh. It's like this is not my accent. My accent's totally different. Because it's
Eldridge.
well, no, it's because of where specifically I'm from. My accent's different.
They're in the same accent family.
Yeah. This you get more in the west. More in the southwest. Or in the southeast, rather. I'm once again asking why your characters are fruity. No, two people
there's
from
no better
Minnesota,
way
no
to
idea
be.
what the accent is like. It depends on where you're from. My accent's a little weird because I'm from, I'm closer to Canada than I am to,
Midwest is easy mechanically. Take the draw, the slow talking, and a lot of the affectation from Southern up the pitch.
it's also,
and
it's,
you've got a close enough one.
well, the way that I like to think about it is, it's more, okay, Google, stop. It's more, it's a southern accent, except if a southern accent is in your throat, like a southern accent's usually further back in my throat. A Minnesota accent is a southern accent, but faster and in your nose.
Yeah, it's up in your nasal passages.
See, my problem is it's a southern accent with a little bit of nasal in it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's up in your nose.
No, it's like I got the nerd southern is what I mean.
Meep. Alright, can add.
See, my accent only comes out when I say certain words.
Mine does as
Sounds
well,
right.
and they bully me about it all the time.
Like what words?
So for a lot of people I know, I used to work in retail. I used to work up at the cashier at Walmart, and I got bullied about this for like 2 months because people came in and they had a coupon on their coffee.
Ah.
Oh, so you're from you're from the Northeast then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Coffee.
yeah. So I told them, hey, you have a coupon for $1.25 off your coffee,
Coupon.
and they,
Everyone,
yeah.
Sorry,
There's the coupon
sorry.
and there's the coupon. What's the other way to say it that the Southerners say? Debate, and then there's coupon, where the O and the
Oh,
U
yeah.
disappear.
It's a coupon.
Hey Heaton, if you wanted to go out
Wait.
for a drink, if you were not a teetotaler, where would you go?
I fucking hate this. This is racist. You go to the bar. You go to the bar. I hate it here. Fucking, it's
It's in your AR words.
It's in my AR
specifically.
words, yeah. Bar, far.
Yeah, I just
Scar,
told them
yeah.
It's a
that
really
they had.
prestigious college for especially law degrees, I believe.
Been told I have a Russian accent, a transatlantic accent, that I sound Iranian, Pakistani, and Indian, and at some point someone asked if I was British. They do not know. Well, so is English your second language then, Zara?
Zara asked if burritos were real. I think the answer is yes.
Well, I mean, maybe. We don't know.
if I were a betting man.
Because something that I've learned that I think is really interesting, it's why, I was fluent in English at age 3. Cool. Because, for example, I love talking to Lumi. Lumi's Polish. But Lumi's been living in Ireland for a while. So Lumi's fucking accent is a car wreck. Because you can hear the Eastern Bloc accent is just slowly mingling with like the Irish accent in some spots. So
Bet they say garage.
I know.
So it's just
I know Umbrus really liked Lumi's accent.
well because but that's one of my favorite things about stuff like that. It's just really funny. Because like when you have somebody who isn't a native English speaker, it's always funny to be like, oh, I can tell what language the person who taught you English spoke. Because there's always like a weird, gradient you can see between their accent and whoever taught them.
See, I just know that my accent is always there if you know what you're listening for.
And so is
Yeah.
mine.
See, I grew up with, my mom's a native Californian, my dad grew up in Kansas, but like, I feel like I have a pretty neutral accent. Pretty neutral American. But I've since
say,
living
what
in the
is-
South, I've picked up some Southern.
Neutral
Isms.
American? Where's that on the alignment chart?
Yeah, I was about to say,
In the
there is
center.
no neutral accent.
It's a Midwestern accent is the neutral one. It's ours. It's the one that everybody wants. It's the one that they want in
Yeah.
public broadcasting.
Is that what you tell
You
yourself?
know, my-
No, it's true.
But you know, my
Go ahead.
I was about to say, yeah, my Arkansas, if you know what you're listening for, will come out, like, will slip out here and there. It tends to happen whenever I get particularly, like, loud or passionate.
Same.
I love when Justin's comes out when he's just talking to someone else has a thicker accent than he does.
I feel like if Justin and I had, like, a conversation where that starts,
It would
'Cause
it
I-
would
that would have-
spiral.
it would spiral so far. Because, again, like that, because, what is it, with my family, like, when I talk to you guys, like, I'll refer to my grandmother as my grandmother. When I'm talking to her, I'll refer to her as Mama.
Mama.
Mama. She's Mama. That's true.
I love Mama. Mama's a good one.
Listen, no, mine's Grammy.
I was boring.
I'm running an experiment, Susie. When you grew up and your family members, that fun pink fish that you can like make lovely dishes out of. What's that called?
I don't think I ever had any of that.
What's it
Salmon.
We were
Well,
kind of.
How do you say salmon?
Oh, salmon?
Salmon.
You're not of the salmon variety? That was my southern variety.
Uh,
I've heard someone Brutal
no, I
Moose
didn't-
said it. Brutal Moose still says
I didn't-
salmon. I was like, what?
I didn't have salmon until I was already here in Colorado because we grew up trailer trash. We didn't have fucking shit.
Fun fact, the only reason that Justin says salmon correctly is because I corrected him and he did
Yeah.
not believe me.
I was like, no. Literally everyone in my family says salmon. So I had no other context.
It's like how every time I listen to these
There's an
mother...
L there.
It's like how every time I listen to you motherfuckers say sauna wrong.
Say what?
I know.
Sauna.
They say it's sauna, and it's not. It's sauna.
Sauna.
You know, what is it? Some people in my extended
Passion.
family, will instead of tomatoes, they'll say tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Maters.
Tomatoes.
Fried green
Well, actually,
maters.
But you know, Justin, if you really want to see how southern I am, or if you want to get I guess an idea of how southern I am, apparently a lot of people in my extended family are Trump supporters and
mean,
white
yeah,
nationalists.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Gross.
You know,
That's the kind of southern that I apparently come from.
some sicknesses can't be cured. So.
Alright, we're gonna send you over to our dear Minerva.
Man!
We're gonna send you to Min.
Let's see. I'm gonna make a prediction. Are they playing Final Fantasy 14?
No, they're playing. Oh, they are playing Final Fantasy 14. I thought they were playing Final Fantasy 15. I'm a fool.
No. No.
Tomorrow we might be able to finish Pikmin.
Yippee!
Me. But yeah, go say hi. Go say hi to Min. Be nice. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.